did you go to?
I went to public school. What's happening, people?
What's happening?
Hey. I'm telling you, man, I want to learn how to rap. I really do.
We're a little late in the game.
Like Bone Thugs said, you could try to go platinum around 40 years old.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We the only culture that say that too.
Hell, Duvall did it at 40 and did damn well with it.
We the only culture that say something like that. Hip hop is very young, man. It's like if you got something to say and people want to hear it, I say do it.
Oh man, I see we have a different introduction this week. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, welcome to another week of Cocktails and Conversations.
That's right.
It is your big homie, Dumbalo, Yamalo, flying through the night, trying to get shit right. In the studio with my partner and his mom and them. They done it all. My brother, introduce yourself.
You know it, Tim Hargrove, Dark Shining Light in the building.
Darkness with him. So, we're going to fade this out. As you heard, we had a different introduction this week. But the introduction this week is because of what's going on in society. My sister's in the background.
Yeah, they end up having a whole nother conversation.
But we here.
My partner them.
But that's what I said.
Sorry, abort mission.
Sorry. Sometimes we sit in the studio, we have conversations, and we're doing our other work, but it's like, well, we here. Press record and see how it goes. So the recording of this conversation, I'm going to have to double back a little bit. We're dealing with Remy Ma and what happened with her and their fabulous brother Papoose and the sidekick. I'm not even going to get a man the proper respect and call him a side man. He was a sidekick.
Allegedly. You got to throw that. Allegedly.
We hope that ain't true.
Nah, we really, honestly, we want to talk about, that whole thing with somebody holding you down, man.
Talk about it. So those who are young to this podcast and don't know anything about our ages and don't know anything about Remy Ma and Papoose.
Those who aren't hip. Continue.
That really showed out.
Right. Those who aren't hip to the game right now. They're not jiggy with the conversation of who Remy Ma is and her history. Yep. Brother Doc Shining Light, tell us more about Remy Ma and Papoose.
I don't even want to, because here's the thing. You gotta
go deep into them.
Here's the thing, because that's their marriage. Don't nobody know what's going on.
No. I'm talking about why this conversation? The 15 years.
Oh yeah. They've been together for years, and he held her down, and she got locked up, and he held her down with it, and got out. They got married. They got a beautiful daughter, and all of this, and now allegedly there's a infidelity on her part about it, and it's funny because that's the story of a lot of people's lives, male and female going through it. But now you have somebody of notoriety because, people looked at them as that's the couple, to look at, what I'm saying, especially in the Black community. And, just to be honest, man, it speaks
Goals, as they used to say.
Yeah, we always looking at these heroes.
We got to stop doing that, by the way.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, we use entertainers as our heroes, but the only reason why we do that is because we don't have a lot of platforms because we don't own shit. And the things that we do own, we don't support. So that's a whole different conversation. But a lot of times we have, people in our life, we held people down and we get all disappointed about what happens with when somebody hurt our feelings or, they're disloyal or they cheat or they lie to us or, something happened. But, here's the thing, because I don't want to speak on their marriage. That's their marriage.
I ain't dealing with the marriage. I don't talk nothing about that marriage. Because again, who am I to judge? I've been a hoe in my life. My mother tell you that.
She told me.
See, that's how you know I'm not playing. Right. You was a hoe. My mother straight up would call me for a number of years.
He is just wow.
My son was a hoe. She'll tell you that. So I'm not here to judge or place blame. What we're discussing is, in this conversation, the conversation of why and what.
Yeah, it's like a why, man. Here's the thing.
What leads to these things?
The thing that leads to this shit is letting people in spaces where they ain't supposed to be. if you are a
Close the door, nigga.
if you are in a relationship, should nobody be that close to you as a woman. Another man should not be as that close to you to be intimate. And then you feeling this person and all this other stuff. Nah, you need to. People always say that shit. One thing led to another. Well, why in the hell did it get to one thing? You know what I mean? If you know you love to eat, why the fuck are you going out to eat with this guy? Why are you going to, oh, we just had dinner and drink. Why are you having dinner and drinks? Why is it that, because,
Because it was free.
The thing is, we have to know our boundaries. We have to know our boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Ain't shit free because everything gonna cost you.
Say that again right
Ain't
there.
shit free. Everything gonna cost you.
With the cost.
What are you willing to pay?
Well, that is it.
What
right
are you
there.
willing to pay? Because if it said, oh, well, I was hungry and I needed breakfast. Okay. Well, if this guy is buying you breakfast, how much is that breakfast costing you? Because you're getting closer to this guy than getting closer to your husband. You're getting closer to this girl, this work wife, more than you own your own wife. And that's the thing about when someone is pursuing something in infidelity and you're pursuing some kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, that relationship, you letting a person in a space that they shouldn't be.
So, since I like to sit in my truth, and the truth is
that's the name of his chair, y'all. He's sitting in truth.
I sit in truth. So, in sitting in truth, to be honest, like my brother says, you gotta stop letting people in, and stop letting people in is, like he said, the little things add up. But it's the little things that you are avoiding and not paying attention to that you're being plotted on.
Yeah.
Like you just said, I'm hungry, so we're going to go out to lunch. But he going to pay for it. Why?
A guy out of here.
Right. Like, I can see if you all went to lunch as friends and you forgot your wallet, bet. That shit happens. But you pay him right back.
Yeah.
But the thing is, oh, no, I'm going to take you out to lunch. And it's just Tuesday. It ain't your birthday. Ain't nothing else. I'm going to just take you to lunch because I want to take you to lunch. All right, what are you plotting on? And the thing is, as women, I'm gonna just deal with just women because it happens to you all more than it happens to the men in some
Shit,
situations.
me, you letting this woman fix you a plate.
Right. But I ain't say it did happen to us. I just said it happens with them
She
more
was in
often.
there cooking some bacon.
What? He said he was expecting the plate. What?
Keep going.
I'm gonna run it back and hear it. So, the thing about it is, go ahead. So the thing about it is that too often, you want to avoid the things because you say, you know what? It was just a little innocent this. He was just being friendly. And then, like you say, it just led to it. Go ahead.
Just speaking from a woman's perspective,
Okay.
You're not wrong, first of all.
Okay.
You're not wrong. There are...
First off, sorry.
There is something about certain men, it's not all men, let me, put that disclaimer
Some
on
of y'all
there.
ugly.
Now, see, I didn't say that.
See?
Welcome to this moment. Go ahead.
There are some men out there who it's like when a woman gets into a relationship, it is like she becomes a magnet. And it's like that's when these men come out of the woodwork trying to pull you in certain directions to see, like, hey, big head, hey, how you doing? How you been? Wow, you're in a relationship. I saw you was in a relationship. I heard, wow, interesting. And it's like they're hunting and looking for that, that kink in the armor, that little crack in the armor where they can squeeze in and they can, start to do whatever it is that they're wanting to do, whatever it is that their mission is.
Yeah.
So you are not wrong. And I'm not saying I'm not putting this all on the men, because from the woman's perspective, that's where you have to know to cut off that conversation. Not respond.
With men a lot too. Here's the thing. Men and women live in completely different worlds. Women get hit on all the time. You go to the gas station, if you don't believe me, women. Men don't get hit on at the gas. Like, woo,
Oh,
man, I sure
goddamn.
like them platform shoes.
I like the way them Jordans looking at
Look
your
at
feet,
that
brother.
Right. Don't nobody hit on men like that. The
Unless
average
y'all-
man does not get hit on like
But you
that.
talking about the gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
You can wear them and you still don't get nothing
Yeah.
said to you.
Yeah. But like, you know,
Oh, Lord.
Overrated.
I don't even understand.
That is not how
Those
that works.
sweatpants are overrated.
but no, but
Continue.
honestly, when guys get in relationships, that's when you notice, especially you put the ring on your hand and things like that, because men don't get hit on that much. But as soon as they get in a relationship, it's, oh, you in a relationship? Now they feel safe to say things that they wanted to say. So I definitely agree with you, but
Can I-
it hits on both sides.
Can I hit
on
a
that.
curveball with that though?
Oh, it got it winding up the pitch.
Winding up the pitch, baby. So the thing about the relationship that people want to overlook quite often is that the person only hits on you because there's no commitment needed from you.
Ooh.
We're not we, you, her, whatever. I say we because in life it is what it is. But you're not looking for you're looking for too often reality of what we live in now. People are not looking to build or grow.
Yeah.
They're not looking for long-term anything because they are fine with just hitting and running. And if you're married, if you're in a relationship, you have no commitment to me. So all we can do is have fun. You got to go back to your reality, your life. So when they're hitting on you because they see that ring, they hit on you because they know that you are dating. It's because, like she said, they are looking for the chink in the armor, but they're not looking for it to take it. They're looking for it just to borrow it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trust. It is very understood that there is no sense of like, oh, I'm going to take you away from your man and you're going to be my woman and we're going to ride off into the sunset and we're going to be together forever. The energy is definitely not giving that.
Yeah.
But see,
And even if it was, no.
Yeah, it really don't do nothing.
No.
In the words of the great
Who's the great?
Houston philosopher,
Beyonce.
Paul Wall.
Oh,
All right now.
Back then, you didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
That Mike Jones.
Oh, in the words of the great, whatever state he's from, philosopher,
Texas.
Houston philosopher, Mike Jones. Back then, you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You're all on me.
But the other thing is, what do it matter? I was telling
It don't.
Yusuf, it was a lady, there was a video, she said guy was hitting on her and she told her she was married. And he was like, he hit her with the line. What he said? What
What
he
they
said?
got to do with me?
Yeah.
Is you happy? Is you
Oh,
happy?
no.
Is you happy?
Or this one.
Have friends?
Or, yes, that was exactly what I was about to say. But you can't have friends?
No, you want a friend. I don't want to be your damn friend.
No. The answer is no. I can't. Goodbye.
No.
But the other thing, he asked her, is she happy? And you know what she told him? She said, no. But what the hell they got to do with you? And see, here's the whole thing. Like we talked about that in another episode. Like people think that the whole point is happiness. It's gonna be times where you ain't happy. It's gonna be times where you can't stand the person that you're married to. Just like you can't stand your mama sometimes. Sometimes you get into it with your daddy. Sometimes you don't like your brother. Sometimes your best friend, and y'all fall out. But at the end of the day, that's still your people.
Don't let nobody.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's your mama, that's your dad, that's your friend, that's your brother, them your kids. So yeah, so it ain't like for you parents out there, some little kid, I got you this, Miss So-and-so. You want to be my mama? Let me just get rid of my kids real quick. That ain't gonna happen.
Baby.
And so that's the same thing with a marriage. People treat a marriage like that person is replaceable. And we're in a society where we think that people are replaceable. But the truth in the matter is that person, if y'all committed to each other in life, how can you replace that? It's no replacement.
Let me throw some
Go
seasoning.
ahead. I see. They cooking. They cooking.
It's not even about replacement all the time. It is. Often it's also about momentary pleasure.
Yeah.
The momentary pleasure is that maybe my man ain't sexed me right in a while. Maybe my man ain't been paying attention to me or my woman ain't been paying attention for me for a while. Whatever it is the person dealing with or gender, whatever. They're not giving you what you want at that time.
Because they ain't got comfortable with that other person.
Because the whole thing is you, as the individual, I love my brother Rasul. Rasul always
not a real name.
We
We ain't
knew
gonna.
you-
No, he good. He
Oh,
good.
gonna call him Radio.
no Rasul. Rasul gives a quote because my brother and I got married at the same time. We got divorced around the same time.
I think all us did.
I
We did.
literally did.
So
I literally
Rasul
did.
and I were having a conversation, and no, everyone, a bunch of us having a conversation, and he always reminds me of the quote. I think about Will Smith when he says when he was talking, I think with Jada Smith, it ain't my job to make you happy.
Yeah.
You have to make yourself happy.
Yep.
And too often in relationships, we are looking for the other person to make me happy.
Yeah.
To fill the void that's inside of me. So what happened is quite often when we fill in the void, we're unhappy. We as men, we don't get. I said we go get the Becky, but mine
Yeah.
is not Becky. Maybe Shaquita, and you go get Captain Gray sweatpants. But all you're doing is looking to fill a void. But people fill voids with sex,
Food.
drugs, food, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Sex is just the most common thing as an adult that many of us do. Start smoking,
Mm-hmm.
and then other folks start working out, and then you become a person who just lives at the gym all the damn time because you don't find happiness at home. But you're still void in that part,
Yeah.
and you haven't found the reason why you are, and because you find the reason why, you know how to fix it.
You know, a lot of people think I see y'all cooking over y'all. Yeah, jump on in. Jump on in. We got the chefs.
We got any
Oh,
stage
yeah,
names today? I forgot stage names.
Oh, I got my name.
Chef O. There you go.
Chef O.
Okay, I'm gonna let that one go.
I don't know. I'm just over here cooking a lot of stuff. So it's gonna come out in little spurts. It's not gonna be complete.
Jump on in. We
But
just
bear
talk.
with me. One thing that I was thinking of when you were saying that, because I totally agree with the whole happiness thing, that a person is not put here for your happiness or to maintain your happiness. That is your responsibility. I totally saw when he saw that when he said that. But another thing that I was thinking about was like, I'm losing it.
Come on, say
It
it.
was-
Wait.
You got it.
Let it go.
You got it. You got it.
It was just the fact that we don't. There's man, I'm losing it, but it's just, I was just thinking that like there's something that we don't do anymore that it feels like we used to do long ago, maybe, like when it comes to
Pass the
commitment
peas,
and
like we used to do. We don't stick in there like we used to, man.
yeah.
We don't go through them hard times like we used to. I know you gonna get it back. Come on and cook.
Finish.
Come on and cook.
Vintage.
Okay.
Finish it.
We don't stay in there. We don't stay in the fight. We don't finish them push-ups and sit-ups. We don't finish the meal. Because if you in the kitchen and you cooking, it ain't done if it's a bake for 20 minutes and you take it out at 10, it ain't done. People looking at that grass and going, oh, it's green. Look, it's the same damn grass.
You just ain't watered yours.
But the other thing is this. You looking at this person because they nice and shiny and new, but you seeing them in that window of time. You done got to know the person that you're espoused to, the person that you're in a relationship. You don't even know that the person that you're looking at that looks shiny, her feet stink. She farted under the covers at night.
Her booty hole purple.
You know what I'm saying? She cut folks off when she liked to fight.
Right.
You don't know. Like the thing is, you just seeing that person. And the thing is, all of us got those things about us. All of us, everybody who's ever been in a relationship with anybody, all of them have had complaints about them. Ain't no perfect people. Ain't no perfect people. And if you just stick with what you got, you'll understand that that's your perfect if you chose right.
I'm gonna jump on this and jump off. I love how you said that. It's your perfect if you chose right. Because too often what we're doing, as you say, that shiny coin over there, that grass over there,
Yeah.
that turf grass. Because the turf grass is made, or astroturf, it looks good because it's inside of the football stadium. Because that grass matches the area that it's supposed to be in. That grass that's in your yard matches your yard because it's supposed to be in your yard.
Mhm.
Your mate that you're having issues with because you have not gotten to know them properly is actually your better half that matches you, but you have refused to do it. But you're looking at the person across the street. I got you, G Street.
After she finished, I got something to say after she finished.
Oh,
Sal got something to say.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
like
That's a
the
good
person
thing.
that's across the street with the good mate, and you're thinking, oh, they're so lovely, and they're always doing this. The reason why you're looking at them on the outside because you ain't clean up the inside.
inside. Yeah.
And they're looking good with their mate because guess what? The two of them have gotten together, figured out all the bad issues that we have, and we're gonna work on the good.
Yeah.
So that's why they look shiny over there. Once you start making your place look good, you will start looking shiny to others.
That's it.
But Ginger Snap wants to run back on this one, so
So a couple of
Chef-o.
things.
Chef-o, my fault.
Chef-o, yes.
Chef-o.
A couple of things with that. And this is why I said in the beginning that we should not have people that we look at as couples goals,
Yes.
because they're, we're when you do that, we're looking for the perfect picture and we're looking for the perfect thing to fit into and wondering why we don't have that. And we start doing that dangerous thing of comparison, which is something that did not exist years ago before there was social media. You didn't know what the neighbors were doing. You didn't know how they lived. Really, you just knew what their house looked like. You didn't know what the dynamics were of their relationship. So you didn't have their relationship to really look at and say and compare yours to. So it almost feels like everybody had more of an opportunity to just be in their shit and deal with it or get out of it or whatever. And they dealt with it, on their own without having these expectations that came from all of these outside places. And the other danger in that is going through it and not expecting that there will be, like what Tim said earlier, there will be some times where you can't stand your person for whatever reason. There's going to be times where you smell the top of their butt crack and you're like, what is that?
What the heck?
Maybe a shower is necessary. I had to make y'all laugh. I'm sorry. I had to make y'all laugh. Maybe shower is necessary. Or, there's times where you smell their gas. Or, there's times where you're going to see them when they are not at their best. You're going to see all of them. Does that mean that when those moments come that you're supposed to throw in the towel because they don't look Instagram perfect? They don't look social media ready? No, because that is real life. And if you're operating in this place where you are comparing to something that you don't even understand the dynamic that's going on because you're not in their relationship or in their situation, how can you get a realistic look at what you're going through?
That's true.
That goes back to...
Come on over here.
My name is Bluge Agua.
Aquafina?
Oh, mine came from Arthur. Oh, we can't talk about Blue. So I'm gonna say something what my daddy said. I told my dad, this was years ago, I said, we have another friend, we'll just call him V. And I told my dad, I said, yo, V is getting married. One day I said, have I met V? I said, nah. He said, but wait, so V's getting married? I said, yep, V's getting married again. He was like, okay. Years later, V's getting a divorce. My dad sat up, moved his chair back. He said, and he just laughed and he shook his head. And I was like, what's wrong? He said, this generation, y'all weak. He said, y'all some punks. He said, I don't even try. He said, I've been married to that woman up there 39 years. I didn't even really have to try. He said, but y'all really don't try. He said, and the difference between my try and y'all try, we actually loved each other. It actually was effortless. It wasn't a whole thing behind like all of that. It was literally just like,
Chef Word.
He just called us some
he
punks.
called y'all some punks. He said, basically what he was saying was that everything now comes to everybody so easy. He said his relationships are so easy. You see a person online, oh, she's pretty. Oh, he said, y'all write her. And then next thing you know, you on a date with this person, then you realize that, oh, not only is she pretty, but her attitude freaking sucks. Not only is he handsome, but he's short. you're 5'8", he's 5'3". What are you gonna do with that?
It's not even about.
And it's
Just
not
ripping
even
and
about
swiping.
that. It's not even about that, but it's about the shallowness of it all. Social media has left nothing but a shallow water. There's nowhere else for us to swim outside of shallow water in social media. That's it. So when you see people going, oh man, she's so pretty. Oh, I'm gonna go on Tinder. I'm gonna go on this. I'm gonna go on that. You're looking at faces and bodies and how somebody views their self, and they're selling their self to you. Now, going back to, I did want to say something about the alleged Remy situation. There was a video that actually surfaced after that video of her at that cipher. And they were interviewing her and they said, how did you feel about it? She said, it's a cipher. They said, did you feel caught off guard? She said, no. She said, it's a cipher. He's a great guy. He does what he does. She continued to praise this person, which further let me know this probably has been going on for some time now. And nobody knows the inner workings of their relationship. They probably have been separated and it's just now getting to us. It's just not on the surface for us. But there's stuff that even with our parents that we probably will never know that happened. And that's why my dad said, you guys are punks. Y'all don't even try. He said, you guys are a joke. And he meant that. He meant that whole 39 years with his chest. You guys are a joke. Y'all don't even try.
So I like, no, go ahead.
So,
Yamalo.
we talk about this generation that we're in, and I don't even honestly, I don't put us in that regards all the time. We're like on the cusp of it, but we're not.
We're a couple of steps out and a couple of steps
in. That's right.
So what J. Cole says, stuck in the middle.
Right.
Literally in the middle.
So like I said, the cups of it is that our generation is before a lot of people deal with the social media, which has made everything microwave, instant.
Yeah.
Instantaneous. Everything that you do, I gotta have it now. I gotta want it the way I want to, how I want to. They did this poll the other day, a national poll about the millenniums and jobs. And they were talking about, well, I won't have a job if the vibe is not right. If I don't get along with my boss, I don't want to work there. And they had a bunch of stuff. All this is to say that we're too often wanting things our way. We don't, like you said, we don't want to fight. We don't want to work for things. You have the thug thumbs. You say everything on Twitter all day or on the internet, but you never meet this person. So because it's your way, I can say what I want, when I want, how I want, do what I want. But a relationship makes it where you can't do that. But once you get past the sex, because sex is just...
That's what they push.
That's all they're pushing. But sex should honestly be the last thing.
Or once you get past the money.
Or once you get past those two things, what do you have?
Yeah.
And most of us do not have anything to build off of because we don't know how to communicate properly. We don't know ourselves. Our parents have pacified us. The workplaces and life, school has just passed you along. So you will not learn how to develop in the way that someone tells you no, how to properly respond from it.
The other thing, like a lot of this, I want to go back to that boundary thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have your own set boundaries within yourself, then you don't know how to operate outside of yourself. And you said, everybody wanted their way, but this is the way.
Ooh,
you
come on, Burger King, come on.
And look, I'm gonna say the Mandalorian. This is the way. But the thing is, there is a way in which to operate properly. And that's just what it is. I love what your dad said, because a lot of people give up. When things get tough, they give up.
That's it.
And see, the thing is, because it wasn't our business, our parents said stuff like, okay, well, you're going to have to weather the storm. Sometimes the boat going to get rocked. Because it wasn't your business to know what their storm was. And this is what I don't like about the whole social media thing, is because, first of all, Chef O was talking about how we comparing ourselves. When these niggeros are out here lying on social media, that ain't the way it looked. That ain't how the party went. That ain't how they hair look. They ain't got that much money. Their house don't look like that. That ain't even their house. They test driving. That jury ain't real. They really ain't even on no trip. But the thing is, even if they are, they're just sharing. We don't know how to appreciate our own lot. We're so busy looking at other people, we can't appreciate what we have. We don't have gratitude. Imagine you're God, right? Just imagine you're God, and you done gave this person a chance. You done gave them life. You done gave them a partner. You done gave them a family. You done gave them a house. You done gave them employment. You done blessed them with a business. And they can't even say thank you.
Come on, atheists.
They asking for something else. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, in life, we don't even appreciate what we already got. Some of us are walking around pretty for free. I mean, honestly, there are men and women walking around handsome and pretty for free.
All day
There are
long.
people walking around who are able-bodied with a great job. It's people out here who wish they had a job. You walking around and you got somebody. It's somebody who ain't had nobody in years. It's somebody that wished that they had that job you complaining about. It's somebody that wished that they had them kids that get on your nerves. And we don't even appreciate the thing that God gave in front of us. So how in the world he gonna bless you with something else?
But most of us
You won't even wash your car. You talk about you want a new one, and you won't even wash your car. You done traded your car in, somebody bought your car, and by the time you see it from the dealership, you don't even recognize, I had a red car? Yeah, you ain't wash it.
I thought it was burgundy.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody done took your car. Well, here it is, you buying a brand new car. Your car was perfect. You ain't go get it serviced. So somebody got your car, and they went and got 330,000 miles off of it. You went and bought a new car, 34,000 miles, now your transmission messing up. You didn't know what you had. So you in and out of the shop every other month with this brand new car. And just because it say this brand, just because it say that brand, some of us treat people like that. You ain't know what you had. You had a beautiful wife. You had the best husband. You had the best relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And some of us, honestly, we're walking in, I didn't know what I had.
No, it's bullshit.
Ooh,
Sorry.
Somebody felt that in
I
their
felt that
soul.
shit in my
They soul.
soul. That's the
Are
biggest
you okay?
bullshit. No, I'm not. I'm sitting in my feelings right now.
Why you ain't
So-
feeling, sugar? Talk it out. Talk
That's
to
the
the
biggest bullshit
talk to the choir.
that I've ever heard. People say, I didn't know what I had.
Mm.
You're fucking lying. Excuse me for everybody listening, but I'm getting my feelings right now. You're lying. You knew what you had. You just chose to go against it. I've seen men who had the fucking perfect woman.
Mm.
Perfect. I'm talking about, let's just say for general purposes for everybody, Beyonce for a wife. And then you still go out, multiple cheat, bring STD to your wife, stealing, doing everything to break her heart. And she stays there with you for years going through this stuff. And then all of a sudden, she decides to leave.
Or they leave.
No. She leaves
Mm.
because he didn't know what he had. She had to leave because he kept doing stupid shit. When she leaves, now all of a sudden he was breaking down crying and, I ain't know, man, just a good fucking nigga.
Mm.
You had this woman for 10 years. We all knew what you was doing. We all knew the pain she was going through. We kept telling you, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're saying. Because the reality of it, and I sit in feelings because I've been that person who was played. That Mr. Good guy. And then, oh, I didn't know. And then you get older and then they try to come back and it's like, fuck you. Because because the thing is, you give the person what they need,
Yeah.
what they want, but at the same time, you're overlooking someone that is probably perfect for you, because what you believe is the person that's with you is perfect for you. So when people say, "Oh, I didn't know," you're lying. Come on, man, because your mama told you, your best friend told you, "Oh man, that's a good woman, that's a good man you got," and you still keep doing dumb stuff, and then your life gets messed up, and now it's like, oh, well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Well, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, partner. But it's not. And we only have one chance in life. Don't fuck it up with dumb, because it's always the same line. I was doing me.
Mm.
I hate that. See, now you see why I'm in my feelings.
Yeah.
I hate
just
that line.
doing me. Who are you?
Who are you? And the thing, you don't
They
know
don't
yourself.
know.
So if you don't know yourself, why are you wasting someone's time?
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
Because you want to do you, and you want to play in whatever fabrications of the fake ass reality that you're living, because we just having fun. Well, you're fucking 45 years old, sir.
Yeah.
Fun is gone for you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you're 30 years old with 3 kids. Ain't no fun left. Well, I still got a nice body. I can go out there. See, oh boy, thank y'all for letting me run for this for a second.
Somebody passed him the baton.
Shit. So the thing about, as I said, we deal with this reality of social media, and I dislike it on so many instances because it fabricates a fake reality that so many want to live in.
Yeah.
The fabrication of you're young, you're cute. And I said this the other day and somebody got offended, but the reality is, look on social media. You have so many people so many women who are online doing everything to be seen, being cute, dancing, wearing bikinis, doing whatever to be cute. You have so many men online doing everything to be seen, flashing money, looking dressed up. But what is the reason that we're doing these things?
To feel important.
But you're feeling important because you're feeling a void in yourself.
Yeah.
And the void is still there when you get offline, because as Drake said, I know a woman happily married until she puts down the phone. I know a woman who goes on trips to take pictures so she can post them later. So you're doing all these things and there's still a void there.
Yeah.
What are we, and this is causing issues because instead of standing on truth, by going back to our conversation the other week about truth, lies, and deception, is that the deception of everything is creating a bigger deception with everyone else, because you're deceiving yourself and the next person deceiving themselves. So now we've created a fake world, which is like social media. Ready Player One. If you've never seen that movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie. One of my favorite books, my man.
It is. But think about Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Ready Player One is a whole world that is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone lives in it happily.
It's literally what we're going through right now.
Social media is the whole world that is fake, and everyone lives on it happily. But what is it doing in reality?
It's destroying you.
It's destroying. People are stressed out, dying, sick, whatever word you want to call, but they're doing it. But, I'm talking too long, so I'm going to take these ears and fly back.
Come on over here.
Let Johnny Bravo, Chef Bravo.
Chef O.
I done forgot what my name is at this point.
Chef O, ain't it?
Chef O.
Yeah, that's right.
Ginger snap.
No, I was just going to say one thing to that. Chefy.
Ratatouille.
No, Chef O.
Ratatouille. Come on, let's go.
No, I was just going to say one thing to that, what you mentioned about Ready Player One. And what it's doing to, in that movie, what it's doing to reality and how we're experiencing the same here. And it's kind of like two, it feels like a physics issue or something. Like two things of equal energy can't exist. It's like what it feels like is what that's kind of doing that, or like maybe sucking the energy out of, I'm really going deep with it, crazy deep, but that's just what came to mind.
I really want to talk about this. It's a book that I think most everyone should read. So by Dr. John Gray. They hear me talk about this book all the time. By Dr. John Gray, the guy who he wrote the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
I still haven't read that book, and I got 2 copies of it.
Man, look, that is an awesome book because he introduced the concepts of the love tanks. I made you get that book. Yep.
It is a good book.
So the thing about the love tanks is we all have, he talks about different tanks that we have. We have the love of God, self-love, love of friends, love from parents, love of someone that depends on us, love of doing things for ourselves. You talk about all these 10 love tanks, right? So the thing is, with these love tanks, they have a little hole. Imagine you got a tank full of water, right? And that water is self-love. Or that water is a relationship and romantic love. See, the thing is, a lot of us will have all our tanks full, but one.
The 80-20.
Yeah. So what happens? Well, it goes a little deeper than that. So you done went to church and you spend enough time with your family, your career's going great, you do a whole lot of stuff, but you've never been in romantic love. So a lot of times when you get that relationship, a lot of people, they start pouring into that relationship love, right? They pour in that one tank, but they neglect the rest of them. And those tanks are still draining out of the bottom. And so what happens with a lot of people will expect everything to fulfill them by filling that one tank and neglecting the others. And so you need to take care of yourself. Sometimes you need to talk to family. Sometimes you need to talk to friends. Sometimes loved ones. But you can't just expect, a lot of people do that with church. They will pour all of their attention, all of that thing into that church tank and forget about themselves, forget about their mom, the parents, relationships and everything. Some people will pour that all into their job and think that the job. So what happens if anything happens with that tank and you lose that job or you lose that parent or you lose or you left the church or something, anything happen. You need to constantly feel all of those things. They all require your attention. So, that's a great book. This is one of the things that he goes through with that book. But it's important for us to really understand the things that we need for ourselves and the things that are required from us, especially in a relationship, so that we can avoid the traps of falling for the bull. This conversation went all over everywhere, didn't it?
Yeah, I say we got a few more minutes left in it, about 10 minutes. I like how you just said that. I haven't lost a thought damn near really. But falling for the trap of the bull.
So much seasoning.
It was a
I'm
lot of
telling
seasoning
you,
on
man.
that. It was a damn.
We eating on this meal now. We getting full.
Literally. It's decisions that we make and falling for the bull. And falling for the bull, the biggest thing I always have to remember, and this is me personally. Like you said in the beginning, what is the cost of whatever you're doing? You're getting nothing in life is free.
Yeah.
So it don't matter. Time is not free. So I always ask myself, what is the risk? And what are you willing to give up for what you're about to do?
Yeah.
Is it worth it in the long run? I said before, my father told me to kind of mess me up on a lot of things. This is why my sexual experiences is not what people think it is. As your homie said, it's just a slit.
That was my grandmama.
Your grandma, your grandma said it's just a slit. That's a woman speaking about another woman. My father told me all pussy does one thing, is make you come. After that, then what? So the reality of the conversation is the same thing with the females. It's just another pole you jumping on. After he does his 30 seconds of pleasure, because you never know how long it's going to last. After he's done, then what? Y'all said, my producer's over here saying, whatever she's saying.
You're inciting trauma.
Trauma.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. It's a woman on here listening.
30 seconds.
It's a woman on here listening who had 2 pumps and messed up.
She needs to reevaluate a couple of things because obviously he's in a rush.
But no, it's not. But the whole thing is to make you think about it. You never know what is it for. So what is the risk?
I'm triggered.
What are you giving up?
I'm triggered.
So you're doing it for a moment of pleasure that's not going to bring you the pleasure that you think that you're going to get.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, even I want to speak to what her dad was saying, like, or not even that. When somebody has betrayed you, the whole thing, like, where do you go after betrayal? Because here's the thing. A lot of people, here's one thing that a lot of people don't know. A lot of men have been cheated on that you would never know. You won't know that that's what happened with, and a lot of women have been cheated on, and you will never know because that's their business. And there's the thing, this is the thing that's triggering about social media, because when you are a celebrity, all your business out there nowadays. And what used to be intriguing about celebrities were they were a mystery to you. That used to carry so much intrigue and so much, it would draw you in that you didn't know about this person. It made them special.
Group chat.
That's the thing that's the reason why a lot of us idolize our parents and grandparents, because the inner workings of how they dealt with things, that was a mystery to you. You didn't need, and the issue that a lot of people have now when they talk about, well, granddaddy had a family.
Grandma had this. Shut up.
First of all, you were a child in grown people business.
Even if you're 40, you still a child.
Even. And then they try to blanket what they granddaddy and grandmama did on everybody, grandmama and granddaddy.
Right.
That wasn't everybody, grandmama and granddaddy experience. That was just yours. You know, and the thing is, you heard something and you found out something and they blanketed it across everybody else. But whatever you didn't know that your granddaddy used to have a drinking problem, or your grandmama had a gambling problem, or they used to run numbers back in the day, and by the time you found that out, you was good and grown.
Yeah.
Or if you ever found out. The thing is, everything ain't everybody's business. But what happens is because we're in this age of sharing and information, is people are getting a hold of information they shouldn't have had in the first place.
Not at all.
Stop putting your shit out there. If something happened in your relationship, here's the thing. When you're in your bedroom, everybody else ain't in there. You ain't filming yourself in your most intimate moments, going live on Facebook, but you'll film your most intimate problems and air it out with your mama them, your cousin them, your friend them, your partner them. That don't belong in their ears. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we have issues, whether it's infidelity, whether somebody messed up money, whether somebody messed up trust, and everybody else hear about it. If it don't involve them in what they're going to get into, you know, okay, if you lost the house and you got to stay with mama them, okay, they got to hear about it because you got to stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't everybody else's business. It don't belong on social media. If it's something that happened between your spouse, then that's why they're your spouse. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever issues that you feel that y'all need to work out, and here's the thing is, we don't need to know your issues. We don't need to know how y'all used to fuss and fight and DDT each other back and body slam. If y'all decide, because the thing is, if y'all decide to stay together, that's a whole nother hurricane that you got to go through, because now everybody know what should have been just between you, he and thee, she and ye.
She and ye. We're going to start closing this out, but Chef OR has some words to say.
What I had to say was probably going to strike up even more of a conversation.
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
Just to throw something in the mix here, something to kind of think about. When you were mentioning, you know, what does it cost you? You know, what's going to be the cost of this on the back end? I think there's a difference between men and women that some people don't understand, and that's men, I think, have a tendency to look at things as what it's going to cost them, and women have a tendency to look at things as what's the benefit.
Ooh, shit.
I don't think we have really crossbred some of that, like, you know, crossed over to thinking the other way. So I think that's just something to think about.
But
just putting that out there.
That is a great conversation.
She dropped a whole nother thing, but you see our podcast people, family,
It's free sounds, public domain.
Right.
You dropped the bomb.
That is a
on
bomb,
me.
a cost and a benefit.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking long term. But when you're thinking of your long term, are you thinking with a clear mind?
Yeah.
Depends on what the goal is.
Depends on what the goal is.
I mean, and the person and what the state of mind is.
But see, as they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your intentions may be good, but if the other persons aren't, then what? You're thinking, oh, I'm gonna go sleep with this dude because he got money and he can do this, blah 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 blah.
Mm.
But his thing is what? I'm trying to bust a nut.
You know what? It was and they also talk about, like, there are a lot of people who, you know, they got out of a relationship because they didn't see that this person wanted more. They didn't want to achieve, especially a lot of Black women say, you know what? He don't have any ambition. You know, a lot of Black men, now that he a doctor, well, I'm gone. And in the long term, the actual benefit wasn't the money. The benefit was the legacy. You didn't know that you was going to have cervical cancer. You didn't know that you were going to have prostate cancer. You didn't know that you was gonna lose your license to practice. You didn't know that your parents are gonna die. You didn't know that neighborhood that you brought that big pretty house, now it's the trap city.
Right.
You didn't know that the belt line was gonna come through there and wipe your stuff out. You didn't know that. You understand what I'm saying? So here it is. The foresight is the benefits that you're having. Is it the longevity of it? What are you actually benefiting? Same thing with the men.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at what did it actually cost you?
Mm-hmm.
What did you pay?
Right.
My grandmother always said, I say that all the time. Look, she said a bought lesson is better than one told. Because once you pay for it, you own it. And you've been sold. A lot of us need to really look at what's going on in our lives and how does it go progress through. What's going to happen in the future, not beyond us when we're dead and gone. Because regardless what happened between mama them, grandmama them, great grandma them, when they stuck together, that brought us where we are.
So
That's what, we wouldn't be here without them and the decisions that they made. We would literally not exist. What we need to do is as communities and as couples, I'm speaking to the couples out there, whatever's going on, work that shit out. Because it's too many breakups. When you break up a family and a community, communities are built on family. Civilization is built on family. And those families are built on our relationships. A lot of us get so worked up and disappointed, we disappoint ourselves all the time. We need to find a way to forgive one another as Black men and Black women. We're so focused on our hurt that we can't focus on our progress. Not saying that you should just deal with some mess, because every time somebody say something, well, this, that, and the third, we ain't talking about that because that still ain't the solution. The issue is the solution. We know what the problem is. We talk about the problem. Everybody podcast, I'm sick of talking about the problem. Where's the solutions?
Yeah.
And what's the solution that's gonna work? Breaking up and I can be better by myself. Nigga, we see where by myself lead. It don't lead nowhere. You can't build no community by yourself. My nigga, just being the old dude in the club and you got plenty of young things, that ain't building nothing. We ain't going nowhere. We got 1% of the wealth. That ain't a money thing. Because if we can't produce our own foods, we can't produce our own schools, we can't produce our own mindset, that means we can't produce our future, our lineage. You want it to continue being Black people instead of second class, third class citizens? We got to work this shit out. We got to understand. Sometimes we got to forgive. If she cheated on you, he cheated on you. If he done messed up the money, she done messed up the money. A lot of times we got to start from square one. Let's fix our own selves, how we're choosing. Let's fix our own relationship, how we're building and how we're cultivating. Go to therapy
I was gonna
before
say,
you
need
need
some
it.
healing.
So
Healing.
seasoning. I got some Worcestershire sauce because it's
Uh-oh.
salty.
Uh-oh.
Some who's up?
But it's
Oh, what kind of right there?
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire
I wish a nigga would
Whisker
sauce. So the wish a nigga would sauce is that comes from the Bible. A people with no vision shall perish. And the problem, as you're saying about Black folks and why we're not building, and we talk Black because I ain't Puerto Rican, I ain't Haitian, I ain't white, I ain't nothing else. I'm Black. So this is why we're talking Black in this conversation. Our people have not created a vision for where we as a people go.
Our direction.
White people, if they're Armenian, if they're Italian, they're German, as a people, they all know what they want for their people. we as Black folks separate ourselves into Dominicans, Africans, Nigerians, whatever word that we want to come from. So as a result, we don't think as one. We think as us and them.
Individuals.
And then the individual is the family.
Mhm.
And it's yourself, because we're not trying to figure out. But like you said, if you get into a relationship, and I am definitely not advocating cheating. I'm definitely not advocating let that man
Me
cheat
neither.
in peace.
Right.
I'm advocating the fact that we do mess up sometimes in life. And it's a difference between a mistake and an error.
Yeah.
A mistake is something that was done one time. And we all make mistakes because something over here was not going right, so we make a mistake. An error is something that is continuously done over and over.
Mhm.
That way, that point, you're making a conscious decision to do these things. If your person messes up, figure out how to fix it, move on.
Mhm.
Because that may be the person for you. They didn't understand it. Sometimes I've seen people make a mistake or cheat, let's be honest, and cheat, but they come back to the relationship stronger than they ever were.
Mhm.
Because they see, oh man, this is I messed up. I knew what I had. I did mess, whatever. But they come back better. The final thing I'm saying is that where is your vision for your family, for yourself
Mhm.
first, then the family, then the community.
Mhm.
When we talk
That
about
way you ain't stuck on stupid.
right, we talk about it takes a village to raise a child.
Mhm.
The village is the vision. What we're doing? Because if you look at the old societies and the old neighborhoods when we were these ghettos, but like the 70s ghettos, everybody would talk about that one kid they knew was gonna go off to make it. Oh, that kid's intelligent. He gonna go out. He gonna do it. He gonna come back to the community. We don't give accolades like that no more. Why we just talk about that kid who playing football? Let's talk about the child who's struggling, because the one who's struggling with his academics is creating the future. You can't create a future or a vision for a people off entertainment.
Yeah.
And we're banking too much on entertainment,
being the court
and
gestures.
sports. That's all. That's what you are.
Being the court
a court
gestures.
jester. Let me give a better fucking example for everyone who doesn't know what I mean by this. I remember I was sitting. I could never give names in these conversations, but I was with an entertainer. No, I was an animal. You can use it. No, I don't call it an animal. I was with the entertainer, but I was with him, and I was with another business person, and we were going on a trip. After everyone was excited to see the entertainer and what was going on, he did his thing, but then the business had to be taken care of.
And you're
He was
dismissed.
excused from the room.
Yep. You're dismissed.
I got to sit there because I was with my man.
Yeah.
But he was dismissed from the room because he was no longer needed.
Yeah.
You were a court jester, here to entertain us.
To give us a break from our real world.
From our real
From our
world.
dealings.
But we got to get back to work right now. So it was
Because
good seeing you.
we're planning the next fiscal year. We're doing a 3-year, a 5-year, 10-year, 20-year operation plan.
Right.
So thanks for giving us our break. You're dismissed.
That's it. Now let's get back to work.
We're so focused on the stage because we want the spotlight. We're focused on being on the stage instead of the people who built it.
Mm.
We don't realize that it's just like people are so focused on business, right? Who wants to be on Netflix when you can own Netflix?
I don't want to be around the table. I want to be at the table.
I want to.
I want
It's
to
not
own
even
the
that.
damn table.
I want to own. Here's what we need to understand. Not even own the table. We designed it. We created it.
Oh, damn.
We created the entire concept of the table. We created that. And the thing is, if we don't go back to what it takes for us to be that again and to be greater than that, because it exists in all of us. This is what relationships are for. That's the ultimate trinity. Man, woman, and child. But what it does is when that man and that woman come together, giggity. But when they become as one, they create the ultimate being. Because now something that did not exist is coming into being, and it has the best of both of you. And what's even greater and grander is they are not just their own entity. Everyone becomes a part of that and it creates a unit.
Transformers, unite! Roll out.
So that's why it's not that, oh, well, you need to stay with somebody because they cheating, or oh, well, you need to just not do this. That all of that is trite. We know how you feel about that. Whether you feel against it, to it, who cares? What our goal is like you said, our vision. Our vision is our own kingdom. Our vision is to establish our rule. Our vision is not for that one child to come out, not for that community to come back, but our vision is to create gods among gods. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If we create the environment where not only the child is learning, but grandmama getting better, uncle getting better, auntie getting better, pastors getting better, imams getting better, teachers getting better. And it's not even getting better. It's creating the ultimate atmosphere. And yeah, that might sound, but we can do it. We've done it. We literally have done it. This modern world, the mics from the mics that we speaking in, from the computers that we type into to the cell phone that you use, we created it all. Black folk. Our combined genius. Genius don't come from out of nowhere. It come because it exists in all of us. We have to create those atmospheres, which means that we have to foster ourselves and these relationships so that we can develop to hold on to something long enough that lasts enough so that we are that. We want to speak affirmations, but we ain't doing it. We want to say, I am great and I am this. That's just talk. Do it. We say that we believe in this and we believe in that, but we won't go forward. Yeah, you're going to stumble and fall, but who cares? You'll get back up. That's what our solutions. Because a lot of people want to come and eat at the table. A lot of people want to come sit, but you don't want to go back there and prepare the food. You don't have nothing to talk about when you're sitting at the table. You don't know what the agenda is, and you're not ready to put in the work. You talk a good game, but are your hands dirty? You don't deserve to shower unless you got some dirt on you.
You know what? I was going to say something on that one, but I'm not. Because it makes sense. It does. Because you don't. Because I'm going to say I'm just saying the next version of my crazy mind was thinking at that point. If you haven't done the work, you don't deserve the rewards of the work.
You want to go to the spa.
You want to go to the spa, but you ain't done the work that enjoy. We go to the spa because you worked your behind off. Ooh, let me finish with this one. My mother, I love that woman. I'm trying to tell y'all. My mother, she reminded me of something the minister said. She said, I was doing something. I'm doing work. She's like, you ain't doing no work. I said, what? She said, Yusuf, what is work defined as? Work is defined as force times distance. If you're not moving what you're doing forward, you're twiddling thumbs. So, if the project that you're doing is not moving something forward, it doesn't matter if it's a millimeter. It's moved. Put them so everyone understand this clearly. Imagine pushing on a wall all day, putting all your energy, you're sweating and but at the end of the day, like I've been doing work, I've been pushing this wall. That wall never moved.
He ain't went nowhere.
You ain't doing nothing but exerting energy.
Yeah.
That's not work. Now, if the wall would have moved just a little bit, you were doing some work. And the reality of whatever we as a people need to do is come together and do work.
Yeah.
So the shower without the work is meaning you want the rewards without putting in the effort. So
all the hot water gone.
All the hot water gone. And the next person who actually was sweating all day,
they can't wash this.
They can't wash themselves the way they want to relax, recoup, refresh themselves to go back out and do the same thing.
Look, like my partner said, look, vacations are for folks who need a break.
Boy.
And some people go on vacations without their significant other. That's a topic we ain't ready to have.
And that is for another
That
time.
is for another time. With that being said,
Ooh,
with-
they
with
done brought
that
in
dog-
all of the doggone recipes for a good one.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and wind this up. Ratatouille, OG Steph Stewie,
I'm blue.
famous Amos. What's your name? Aunt your mama. What
Beluga something.
Bravo the Great.
Chef O.
Chef O.
Okay.
And Bouge Agua.
Blue.
Oh, Blues Agua.
That must
If
be a
you've
new
ever
color.
watched Arthur, you'll know the reference.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is your brother Yusuf Muhammad, Yams Creation on all social networks. Kicking it with my brother himself.
Dark shining light, everyone. I really appreciate you coming through, Tim Hargrove. Thank you for joining us on this very real conversation.
Very real. We were just we're in the studio, and the conversation got real about some other stuff, and it's like, just hit record. Let's go from there. So, thank y'all for tuning in for another week of Cocktails and Conversation.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share.
Yes. Please stick with us. I know we keep talking about the changes, but when they come, you're gonna appreciate it. So just working out some kinks.
Appreciate
Love y'all.
everything, y'all.
Be easy, baby.
Great.
That too. Oh yeah.
And be real.
Holla. This is Yusuf Muhammad, Yams Creation. This is Cocktails and Conversation that you're listening to. Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. on all streaming platforms. Like, follow, share, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. Look forward to you joining us.